Hello, I'm Brian Suntken, and I welcome you to this program about the Kent Blossom Music Festival, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary in Northeast Ohio. I'm delighted to welcome Ricardo Sepúlveda, who is the director of the Kent Blossom Music Festival. And Ricardo, thank you for being here and spending some time with us telling us about the festival.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
That's awesome.
Pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about, this is the 50th anniversary. Tell us a little bit about its history and some of the artists who have spent time at the Kent Blossom Festival.
So Kent Blossom Music Festival started in '68. Actually, the construction out at Blossom Music Center started in '67, but the actual first season was in '68. So that's when we started. Lewis Lane was basically commissioned to do this festival upon the recommendation of various musicians and George Sell. Lewis Lane was an apprentice of George Sell, and he had various roles throughout time with the orchestra. He was assistant conductor, then promoted to conductor. So he had various roles. And then they decided to start this training institute for advanced players. It's heavily based on chamber music, and everyone gets to experience different aspects of music, including orchestral, solo repertoire, and chamber, as I mentioned.
Wow.
So since then, it used to be even bigger. It included a choral component, and that faded out, but then we kept the core, which was doing great chamber music. Their whole idea, I believe, behind this festival was to make that sound be the orchestra sound, have that chamber ensemble sound,
right?
Where it's very cohesive. Everyone is listening to one another, of course.
And they're playing as a unit.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is so exciting. And there's nothing. One of the great things about the Kent Blossom Music Festival is the ability to be so close to the performers in the Ludwig Hall, and to see that interchange and that interplay between the players as they pass off phrases to each other. It's really something. One of the highlights of the season is the side-by-side concert at Blossom. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the side-by-side is the opportunity for the students to work in a professional environment. They get to rehearse with the Cleveland Orchestra up at Severance Hall. They get 2 rehearsals with the orchestra, the Thursday before the concert and the Saturday afternoon. Then it's a show. It's a highlight for a lot of the students because they get to sit by their mentors, the people that they're studying throughout this 5-week period.
Absolutely amazing.
And it's amazing. It's a great opportunity. They get to experience what it is to be there, to hear that high quality and caliber of music making. So it's absolutely amazing.
And this year, the concert at Blossom is on July 22nd, I believe.
That's correct, July 22nd. It starts at 7 o'clock. So the way it works out is our orchestra, because we gather all of the students that are part of the festival and we perform prior to the Cleveland Orchestra. So we're there, we start our performance at 7 p.m. Then the Cleveland Orchestra does their own part. So then we join forces for a big performance of one of the masterworks. This year is going to be the Dvorak Ninth New World Symphony.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. What a thrill that must be for these students to play at Blossom. I mean, it's a thrill for us to go after the end of or near the end of the season, and you've made these relationships with these young people, and then to see them up on the stage. I mean, it really is absolutely phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about, you were telling me before we started, there are 42 or 43 students coming from
all over the world. We put out a call. Basically, students have to apply to be able to attend the festival, and then our faculty review those applications, so it's quite competitive.
So how many applications did you get this year?
This year we got close to 200 applications.
Wow, so you go from 200 to 42.
That's correct.
Wow, and you said they're coming from all over the world.
All over the world. We have students representing countries such as Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, China, South America, Colombia, they're coming. And then, of course, the United States. We have about 12 to 14 international students.
And coming from the most prestigious musical conservatories in the world.
Absolutely. We have students from Juilliard, from Rice, from Indiana University, local as well, CIM, Oberlin, and actually some students from Kent State and Akron. They
Wow.
applied and they were able to be
That's
accepted.
awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Well, we're going to take a moment and celebrate these young people. And so we're going back into the archive, and we have found the finale of a piece by Johannes Brahms, a trio for piano, violin, and cello. And it was recorded in 2015, and we're going to play the finale for you right now. This was at a student concert at Kent State. We'll be back on the other side. As a former musician, one of the joys of living in Northeast Ohio is having the opportunity to hear music like that in my own backyard. And what is so great about these student performances is that they're free to the public. And for you to have a chance to hear the up-and-coming musicians of our time being able to play chamber music in a beautiful setting and to be so close to the action, it's just, well, as I always like to tell my friends, it's one of the best kept secrets in Northeast Ohio. And I'm hoping that this program, along with, and with it being the 50th anniversary, this year we can really get more people to experience and enjoy the chamber music that these young people provide. Ricardo, one of the things that intrigues me is that the students can come back to the festival how many times?
The students are able to attend once and come back another time, so a total of two times.
And they can even skip a couple of years, but still twice is...
That is correct. That is correct.
And alumni who have graced the halls of Kent State?
We have plenty. As a matter of fact, Kent Blossom Music Festival has graduated over 2,400 students since the beginning. You know, something that is striking is that about a quarter of the musicians of the Cleveland Orchestra have gone through the program.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yes, and a lot of our graduate students, people that have gone through the festival, have gone on to have positions in various orchestras, LA Philharmonic, we have Atlanta Symphony, and then even quartets, string quartets like the Emerson String Quartet. Phil Setzer was a student back in 1969, I believe. So it's very interesting I was able to speak with him not long ago, and he shared his memories of being at Blossom, and it's just phenomenal. It really is inspiring to see what the festival has done for them. We also have students like Jerry Grossman, who is the principal cello for the Met Opera. And then a lot of the musicians from the Cleveland Orchestra, as you know. As a matter of fact, Joella Jones was a student back in '68, the first year.
The first year?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. While we're still talking about students, tell us, they arrive, the festival starts on the 25th of June and runs through July 29th, I believe it is.
Yes, correct.
Tell us what a typical day is like for a student at Kent Blossom.
It's very intensive, meaning students have a morning session, which is 9:30 to 11:30. They rehearse and they are being coached during that time. And in the afternoon, it resumes from 1 to 3. Now, in between those two sessions, they get to have either lunch or another lesson. And after the 3 o'clock rehearsal time, they get to experience more lessons, whether it's master classes, orchestra rep and technique classes. So it's very, there's a lot of variety. And then one of the weeks, so the structure of the festival is 2 weeks of chamber music followed by another 2 weeks of chamber music. And the idea is to end with this side-by-side concert, which is a big highlight. You know, it's very inspiring for the students just to end with that, wow, big experience. And so every student gets to have weekly lessons. It's a 5-week program, so they receive one lesson a week. And they get coached at least 4 different times in the piece that they're working. So in the morning, they have a different repertoire than in the afternoon, and they're being coached 4 times in the morning and then 4 times in the afternoon throughout the 2-week period.
And so over the course of the 5 weeks, I'm a violinist, and I will play, yes, you are, and a very good one. I will play at least one performance during the first 2 weeks, another performance and another ensemble for the next 2 weeks, and then do the side-by-side.
Yes, well, you'll play more than one performance.
Okay.
You'll play twice.
During the 2 weeks?
During the 2 weeks.
So actually you'll perform publicly 5 different times?
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's very, very intense. Wow. Okay, and there are 9 student concerts.
Correct.
And where can they find, we might as well begin plugging the information, where can the public find out more about these concerts and how they can attend?
So the most up-to-date information can be found on the website. If you visit kent.edu/blossom, that's where you'll be able to find the most up-to-date information. You can find where to buy tickets. That's for the faculty concerts, but as you mentioned, all the student recitals and concerts are free of charge. And anyone 18 and under are able to attend the concerts for free.
That's just amazing.
Exactly. Thanks to a donation, we have a very generous patron. His name is Jim Williams. He sponsors that program. So that would be the place to go. And I also encourage you to get your tickets ahead of time for the faculty concerts. You can call 330-672-2787.
Good.
And that's the box office, which is open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5 p.m.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's switch and go in another direction just for a little bit. Let's talk about the amazing faculty that these kids are blessed to study with for 5 weeks. Tell us a little bit about how this all gets put together, because it's really quite something.
It's a big puzzle. I do have to say that. And you think you have it all worked out, and very last minute things happen. You need to switch lessons, switch rehearsal times, and so we accommodate with JOST, of course. The faculty are great. I'm delighted and honored to be part of this festival and get to work with Cleveland Orchestra musicians, as well as Kent State faculty members and visiting and guest artists.
Right.
We have the Miami String Quartet, Donna Lee and Jerry Wong. Oftentimes they come and help, and other faculty from Kent State, but the Cleveland Orchestra, Richard Weiss, Joella Jones, Dan McElway, you name it. Frank Rosenwine, Amy
horn
Lee.
player, I can't think of his name.
Rich King.
Of course, my goodness.
And they're all going to be performing this during the faculty concert series, which is great.
And there are how many faculty, 5, 6?
There are 5 faculty concerts.
Okay.
We were fortunate enough to receive a grant from the Coolest Foundation. And I believe that happened starting in 2013, where we're able to bring a big name artist to come and do a residency with the students, where they get to teach, coach, and do a performance. This year, we're fortunate enough to bring this amazing violinist and great human being. Her name is Jennifer Coe. She's flying in from New York, and she's doing a 3-day residency with, again, solo master class, and then a chamber music master class, and a concert on a Wednesday night. Then we have the Miami String Quartet with Spencer Meyer. They're basically a staple. The Miami String Quartet is the quartet in residence for the festival. They'll do a performance. Then Mark Kossauer and his wife, Jiwon, they're both putting together an all-Russian program, which is phenomenal.
Wow, so he's not going to play Bach or Brahms this year.
He's not doing Bach or Brahms. He's doing a Stravinsky, and escapes my memory right now.
That's okay, but how exciting. All-Russian program.
Very exciting.
Nice.
And then Dan McElway and Rich King, they haven't performed in the faculty concert series for a while. So I spoke with Dan, and he came up with this program, and there's actually going to be a soprano. There's going to be a Schubert, Shepherd on the Rock.
Oh, lovely.
And that's phenomenal. I mean, really looking forward to that concert. They're also playing music by American composer George Rochberg, and Jerry Wong is also doing something with one of his pieces at the end. The last concert is going to be the principal oboe player from the Cleveland Orchestra, Frank Rosenwine, Barry Stees, bassoon section, and Jerry Wong and Richard Weiss.
Right. How exciting. It's good stuff. Speaking of the Miami String Quartet, we have a moment, again, from 2015. This is the finale of an extraordinary piece of music by Bela Bartok. It is the quintet for piano and strings, and it features Spencer Meyer on piano and the members of the Miami String Quartet. Let's take a listen, and then we'll be back on the other side. Wasn't that spectacular? I mean, you can go one night and hear Johannes Brahms, the next night you hear Bela Bartok, and the next night you hear some contemporary American composer, and all here in our backyard in Northeast Ohio. One of the wonderful things about this year's festival is that Kent Blossom is coming to Hudson. And so tell us about the 3 concerts that are going to be here in town and how people can take advantage.
We have been fortunate enough to build this relationship with the Hudson Library and Historical Society, I believe, and with Laurel Lake community as well. So one of the student recitals on a Sunday happens at the Hudson Library, Sunday afternoon. The
first one's July 9th.
Correct.
Right.
July 9th. Then we come back, and I believe that's July 27th. Mm-hmm. We come back to Hudson at the library and then at the Laurel Lake Retirement Community. That Laurel Lake concert is at 2 o'clock and the Hudson Library is at 7:30.
And those concerts, again, are free of charge.
Are free and open to the public.
Right. So we want to fill these venues to support these young people, but also to, well, the right word is expose.
Yes,
I mean, in
agree.
the best way, young people to this extraordinary chamber music and hopefully inspire some folks to go into music.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's what we have, that program of building the audience, grabbing this young audience, the youth, to come to attend those concerts. Again, these students do phenomenal things during the 5-week period to be able to perform this chamber music works at such high caliber. It's remarkable. Yeah. And to be able to hear it here in Hudson or at Kent, it's just what an opportunity, really it is. This year we, because of the amount of repertoire that we have, we decided to create that extra concert. So it used to be 8 student concerts. This year we're doing 9 student concerts.
Wow.
We're also conscious about the length of the program, because those works are pretty long.
Right.
But we try to keep them under an hour and a half, most of them. And of course, at the Hudson Library, we're unable to do a piano quartet or a piano duo, but it's either a sextet or a trio, woodwinds, all strings.
Right.
But I mean, the programming is phenomenal. And then you can find that on the website as well.
Good. We're about to the end of our time. So let's tell us one more time how we can find out more about the concerts, box office information, anything that you want to share.
Absolutely.
Let's make a good pitch.
Absolutely. So I encourage you to come and attend the concerts. It's a great opportunity. It's a great way to support these young students that travel from very far, and they follow their dream. They work alongside with their mentors, their people that they look up to, such as the Cleveland Orchestra musicians and other guest artists. And I encourage you to bring as a family plan, really. So you can find more information on the website. It's www.kent.edu/blossom, or you can call the box office, which is open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5 p.m. Their number is 330-672-2787. You may also find or buy tickets ahead of time for the faculty concerts an hour prior to the performance, because the box office opens then. So
great. Well, toi to you, Ricardo, and good luck on this first season as its director.
Thank you
The
so
festival
much.
is in very, very good hands.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind. I'm really honored to be working alongside these wonderful musicians, and it's a pleasure. I hope really you take advantage of this opportunity, and thank you for having me.
It is our pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
We are going to close our show with, of course, with music. We thought a little bit about what piece would catch the spirit of Kent Blossom. And so we've decided to leave you with Felix Mendelssohn's Octet, the finale from the Octet. And this is with 8 exceptional young musicians. And we hope it will inspire you to get out and enjoy the wonderful chamber music that is going to be with us in Northeast Ohio, June 25th through July 29th. Have a great day. Enjoy the music. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.